Okay, so I got the table here and the cloth, and this cloth has an rounded edge. Here it's subdivided and tripled. I should have made it so I didn't get this kind of topology, but anyway, for this, in this case, I'm just going to leave it like that. So as you can see, this rounded edge is not covering the edge of the table. Send this over to layout. Of course, I get rid of this object in layout because I don't need that. So this is just the object, no collision or anything. And this is the cloth with ClothFX. You can't see the settings because I've saved the motion as an entity. Anyway, weight 2 is pretty standard really. Top fixed, the red area is fixed, so that doesn't deform. No collisions at all. You might actually want to activate collisions, just make this object a collision object and collision solve, but that will increase the time it's going to calculate. This is 250 frames used 30-40 minutes. So if you activate collision, that's going to take a lot longer. It would get rid of this area here. But there are ways to get rid of this, and that is by freezing the mesh in, for example, the frame you want. So, but okay, let's say this frame, and you freeze the mesh and send it over to modeler. You could also have, I guess, made a weight map with a hold structure, so this wouldn't deform as much. But that would be an experiment where you would have to tweak the whole structure to be exactly what you want. So the problem would be, I guess, that you would make a weight map and then you would calculate for 30 minutes only to figure out, well, it didn't work. So could do it, but then you should be sure of how strong the weight map should be that you're using. Well, you could also use the resistance, I guess, as a weight map. But you could use both of them, as far as I recall. Okay, so this is calculated, and what you do is you just send this object, this cloth, over to layout, and you do that by saying save object, save transformed object. So here we have it, the saved transformed object. Here's the original, and here's the table. So what I want to do here is I want to put this as a background, and I'm going to say under map background to morph. That's going to make a morph out of the original object, the flat object here. It's going to be the morph. You say OK, and it calculates, and there's our morph. I'm going to go back to base, which is what we're going to use. You'll see that here's the collision, or rather not the collision, where it penetrates. I want to get rid of that, and the way what I can do is I can again map airbrush and say numeric 100 strength 2. You don't want a high strength there, just a low really. And this is set to morph, background morph. So what it's going to do is it's going to use the background morph as a reference, as a displacement reference. Right now I can just paint. There's a bug here, but it doesn't really matter. It's still high, it's kind of strange. What I figured is, if you do this too fast, it won't displace at all. So if I go like this, well, it did it, but anyway, sometimes it won't displace that much. You might want to do this in an angle where you really see the contrast. Make sure you undo it because it's not going to help you to put a minus here as far as I understood. It's not going to fix the displacement. So whatever you do here is what it's going to look like. Okay. I'm not quite satisfied with this edge here. It's kind of hard, so let's try to, actually I want to hide the polygon selection, and I want to say M for smoothing, smooth to, sort of, I guess. Let's try it over again. Now, sort of. I don't know. You just gotta tweak this, really. This is why I would have liked shortcuts for everything, really, because it's a hassle to go back and forth dealing with that. Okay, so, well, you got the basics. That's how you do it. If you want this to be even better, then of course you just increase the resolution, but that's going to take time. I guess that's what I would do. And remember, this will also work for a rounded table.